it's scraps raiding time. I'm looking to make a little wastebasket for the car. So probably only this big. Doesn't have to look fancy, it's going to sit in the driver's seat pocket. Might use them and do a bit of applique, but on what? That. Oh, that could be good. If I wrapped that around like a base. That's about the size I'm looking for. So that looks quite nice with though if I did those on it. And then with a base, that should work. Haha! I bought these from the fabric charity shop one day. Might have some fun with those soon. What goodies are in your stash, I wonder? Your little scrap bin. Luckily for me, this is about as many scraps as I can handle. Hi creators, it's Claire from Stringworth. I'm going to turn these into a little trash can bin for the car. I'm thinking I'm going to go like around this. And this is probably a little bit long, but I would like it to look neat. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it is actually a car that other people use. So I will keep it neat, but have a couple of these. I'm not using these in my current hexagon project, so it'd be good to get them used up. And I'm thinking I'm just going to try machine applique. So let's jump in and start making the roll. First thing I'm going to do is square it out because it's not square. You can see it kind of runs up that way. This is the selvage edge. I'll work with that. It's not the most perfect fabric, and it looks like I'm going to lose quite a bit of height. For the top edge, I'm just going to do a double rolled hem. Pretty good at those these days. So I'll come back to you when I've got that folded down and sewn down. I have to put my appliques on. So I've got a couple of lines marked. These are left over from another project. So I think I might thread base them down, then take out the paper, and I should be able to then sew them on nice and neat. So I've got these templates left over from another project. They're not the same size exactly, so I'll go ahead and use them, and I'm going to just pop a bit of glue in the center. One of the hardest parts I find of thread basting is actually keeping the paper still while you baste around it. So I'm going to go ahead and shortcut that part. I don't really have any plans to pull out the basting thread, so I'll make it nice and secure. And I'm just going to run the thread mostly underneath. Before I go ahead with the others, I'm actually going to test this first on here to make sure that it's going to work. So, got to decide, do I want to go this way, this way, thinking this way for whatever reason. I think because there's a long straight line here, this kind of interrupts that. So I'm thinking I'm going to take off this much and more or less evenly space them. That looks about good. And then I'll need to take this paper out. So now I know that it's going to work, even if it may be a little uneven. I'll go ahead and get the other two basted up and those added on. So I've got the 3 attached, and I'm going to go ahead and do the joining circle. Now I have my little loop. Now I'm not planning on making it a circle, so I'm going to try to kind of do an oval. It's hard to see, so trimming off kind of a semicircle on each end so that I don't have to go around a corner. I put the seam in the middle, and then I'm just going to try roughly to clip on. Now I'm not sure if this piece is going to be too big. Easily we'll trim that down, and then I will come back to you when I have these two pieced, or at least pinned together, to see what's going to happen next. It was a bit of a fiddle faddle, but I only managed to get 1, 2, 3 overlaps, and I think honestly, for how much effort I put into this, that's pretty good. I was very tempted to go back to a circle, and I think that'll be nice, and I'll trim that out, and I think that'll be nice and neat. I may just run like a zigzag stitch, because this fabric does tend to shred, as you can see. This cute little, probably call it a pouch. One finished trash bag. The folds do make a difference, but it's going to sit inside the car pocket, so I think it's going to be fine. If you'd asked me a few weeks ago, I would not have thought I was going to be making this. And it's a bit funny, because at the start of the year I asked AI like what different things I could do with fabric, because I've got the no-buy challenge. So I was trying to work out all the different things I could do. And I don't know if fabric basket was on the list, but it was like it took a specific problem in a specific location to have context for me to go, I know what I need. I need a little bin to put tissues and that in the car, and of course I could make it from fabric. By the way, AI's main suggestion was a cushion, and when I said no to a cushion it said a small cushion. And when I said no to a small cushion it said a pink cushion. And when I said look, I really don't want a cushion, it was like, do you want a floor cushion? So AI has its uses, but coming up with different things to do with fabric is probably not one of them. I'll set that aside, take that away in the car tomorrow.